Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to check fresh release from Eduard. This is a weekend edition kit which is molded in 1/72 scale, and it copies MiG-21MF fighter bomber. You can see both marking options straight away on the box art. So this is another fresh release. As you remember, previously we reviewed the MFN weekend edition kit, this time it's MF. So here we have the standard design. It's a blue colored box. We have both markings on the top, as I said before. Then on the side we can see a profile for one of the markings, and I guess here we have both markings again included in form of those profile images. And you can see also small list of the necessary paints which you need in order to build this model. This is a top opening box. So here inside we have all plastic frames packed into, I guess, the same plastic bag, right? Yeah, only one plastic bag. Then we have assembly manual and some decals, but we will check them a bit later. I would like to start first with plastic. So let's open it and take a look. In the meantime, let me remind you that you can support us financially. It is done via PayPal. We have a special donate button on our website, so you just click it and choose the amount you would like to send us. And be sure to use PayPal because it is safe and fast, and of course you will decide how much you will send us in order to improve our video reviews and help us develop even further. So here we have first marking, actually not marking, but first plastic sprue. This one is clear plastic frame which was packed into the separate plastic bag, and you can notice that here we get several types of the canopy. Obviously only one will be used, but you can replicate open cockpit with those parts, which is really cool. This is a 1/72 scale kit, and even in 2020 we still see some kits with one piece canopy included in 1/72 scale, so that would be an advantage of this today's kit. But masks are not included, so you have to buy your own masks. Eduard sells them separately, or you will have to cut them with your own hands. Next we have gray plastic sprue. This one is dedicated to mix of parts, because here we get fuselage halves, we get also the top fuselage section here, we get the bottom wing half and top wing halves here, we have the engine nozzle, and everything looks quite fine. Now we have standard external detailing, it means recessed panel lines and riveting, and even in this scale it looks impressive. We can zoom in back so that you can see what we have on those fuselage parts. But first, such design might look unusual, but believe me, such parts division should help you avoid any unnecessary gaps on your aircraft, because as you can see the top section will be covered with this part, also the bottom section, pretty much whole bottom section will be covered with this part, which is molded as a single piece, so you will have only few gaps to cover to sand here, here, and that's pretty much all. If you flip it over, inside you'll find some positioning elements. Also note that wing edge will serve as a guiding element as well, and again it provides, actually simplifies and streamlines assembly process, because you have wing edge pre-molded, so you won't have any gaps in this area. And I really wonder why other manufacturers do not employ such design in their kits. Next we have another gray plastic sprue. There are 3 of them in total, so here is the second. This one is even more, I would say, mixed, because we get both internal and external parts. You can notice one piece nose cone, cockpit floor. Also here we have landing gear wheels, some parts again for the lower section, and instrument panel combing, then the rocket boosters, side panels for the cockpit, parts for the pilot seat, etc, etc. Everything is molded nicely. Some of them might be replaced with original bracing add-on, so if you would like, for example, to replace the landing gear wheels, you are free to do this, and still even out of the box build should look completely fine. So don't think that here out of the box we get really, let's say, basic detailing. It is really cool, and it can rival some of the top representatives on the market, and I can say that this is the best offer in MiG-21 in 1/72 scale. Third and final gray plastic sprue is dedicated to external armament. So we have fuel tanks, bombs, missiles, and that's a really cool addition because not all of them will be used at once on your project, so some of them will go for the spare box, and of course you will be able to use them on the next projects. And that's also appreciated that Eduard decided to include it out of the box, so you don't have to worry where to get these accessories. And if their detailing is not enough for you, you can get Brasin add-on from Eduard as well, so that you have even better detailing in such small scale. Next we have several other things in this kit. So first of all we have this plastic bag with decal sheets. And now we are going to open it and check everything closer. All the weekend edition kits feature decals printed in Eduard, so printing quality should be quite nice. I'm going to remove them and we will take a closer look. So first of all I would like to show this decal sheet. Here we have Dolphin for one of the marking options. And then we have some decals for the cockpit, so we get the instrument panel, we also get seat belts, and I would say that should be pretty much alright for out-of-the-box build, so if you are not eager to invest more in this kit, you still will be fine by spending the price of this kit. But the only thing, still I remind, is the masks. I would rather get them as additional set, and avoid cutting them off with your own hands. Next we get another decal sheet. This one is completely dedicated to stencils. As you can see, there are a lot of them. Even though this is a 1/72nd scale kit, you still get plenty of stencils. They're really tiny, so get ready for this procedure. It will be tedious, but the final result will be rewarding, so it's worth getting some patience and applying all decals on your small MiG-21. Next, and the final bonus, is the assembly manual. This one is printed in form of small brochure. On the first page we have short history note. Next we continue with parts map and paints chart here, and assembly process starts with cockpit, of course. So as you can see, you will have to combine several plastic parts. As you remember, this is a weekend edition kit, so we do not get any PE elements out of the box. You can buy them separately though, or you can get the Brasin update, which will completely replace the cockpit with resin parts. The same applies to the engine nozzle, so if you're not satisfied with standard look, you can get resin, which is also made by Eduard. Next we continue by joining fuselage halves together. We join the bottom part as well. Here next we install the nose frontal section or frontal ring. As you can see, it is molded as a separate piece, which is really cool. You don't get gaps here, you only have to work on this area. Next we continue with installation of the tail surfaces. Here you install the landing gear for the nose area. Next we have option to choose between open or closed air brakes. So even in such small size, Eduard decided to implement some assembly options, which is really cool. You are free to choose whatever you would like to, and you don't have to get some additional accessories for this feature. Next we continue with landing gear for the main section, so there are two landing gear legs and two landing gear wheels. Here we have rocket boosters. Then you have to choose the right decals and paint for the air brakes in open position. It will differ from the marking option. Next we assemble the pilot seat and insert it into the cockpit. So yes, it will be inserted right after the fuselage is closed. The same approach was used on the bigger kit, so there is nothing surprising in this. And what is new here is that you can insert nose cone later, so you can paint it separately, paint whole aircraft, and then insert the nose cone without the need to mask it somehow. That's really cool in my opinion, and I think some modelers will appreciate it. Next we continue with choice between open or closed canopy. Here we have assembly process for fuel tanks, missiles, pylons, and some other things which can be put under the wing. And here you can see the load scheme for this aircraft, so you will be able to choose between either this or this. The first marking option comes from Poland, so it's 2002 with this dolphin on the whole fuselage. Next we continue with Libyan aircraft from 2016. We have stenciling guide for the armament and also for the aircraft. As I said before, this is a 1/72nd scale kit, but note the amount of the stencils included. That will be crazy to apply all this stuff on the aircraft, but as far as I saw, Libyan version is not that difficult because it omits some of the stencils. So, as I said before, this kit should be already available. You can get it on official Eduard website, and together with some additional accessories if you would like to. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about this kit here in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to press the like button because it helps us greatly, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for watching and bye!